My name is Frank and I'm with waterdistillers.com, and today we're going to unpack the Pure Water Mini Classic CT water distiller. And when you get the box, of course, it's going to look something like this, but let me show you something we're really proud of in reference to this distiller and every other distiller that we carry. And that's that it is made in the United States. And that's really important in respect to any distillers that you buy that is made here, because they're absolutely the best water distillers to buy. All your other water distillers, with the exception of those made in Canada and the United States, are pretty much disposable distillers. So this is the one that's going to last you a lifetime and that you'll really enjoy. Let's start unpacking the distiller. Bring this back down here and open this up as well. I'm opening the bottom right now, first all the way across. I'm going to open up the flaps, set them aside like this. As you can see, it's pretty well padded. These are packed so good. They're shipped internationally, and there's absolutely no room but anything but for the distiller and the components they put into it. Now I'm going to just bring this over to its top, set it down, and finishing open up the top up here as well. The top of it is very well insulated as well. And we'll just pull this aside. Now what we'll do is just simply lift up, and this is what you see. It's packed very well, as you can see. Now we're going to just lift this on up. Set it down. As we lift it on up, this is what you'll see at the very top of your distiller. It's going to have all your directions and any other questions that you might want, as well as your warranty on there as well. So keep this, let's set this aside, and there's some other information that you'll see. So let's continue the process. We'll set this aside. As you can see, I have the cord that was in one of these insulators, and we'll open this on up. And please remember, as we're opening this on up, if there's any questions that you have during the unpacking or installation, any questions at all, just feel free to give us a call, and we'll be happy to answer your questions for you. Now, as you open this on up, you're going to find this as you're looking down at your distiller. Now what that is giving you instructions, and I'll pull that right back out. It's got a red tag. You're gonna take that off. Just pull this right through. And as it says here, important notice: remove the twist ties on top of the unit, which secures the fan during shipment. And so you have to make sure you take off this simple little tag right up through here, because that basically keeps things secure and level within your distiller. Now we're going to finish unpacking it. And this is what you see now. And on this side of it, you have your glass bottle, which is very well protected, that you can pull on out. As you can see it here. We'll just set that aside for a second. And in this particular portion, you have your boiling chamber, which, as you can see, is packed very well. We'll set this up here. In your boiling chamber, I like to read these notices to people. It says, distiller must be on level surface to ensure proper operation. So you make sure that the water level is correct. And let me show you what that is. We'll pull out the boiling chamber. When you first take it out, because of packing, it's in there really tight. So you may have to pull hard. I like to just put my fingers up here on the side, get a little leverage, and pop it on out. And this is what you have for your boiling chamber. In your boiling chamber, we'll close this back up here. In your boiling chamber, if you open this on up, there's a lid up here and it has a wing on the bottom to protect you in the event that it's really hot so that it doesn't boil up. So you have to slide it like this in order to take it out. Now as we look at the inside of this, I'll bring this back around so you can see it, possibly see it. But on this portion of it, right up through here, there's a sight gauge. It comes from the top of the distiller on down. Now with that sight gauge, what you want to do is fill the water all the way up to that particular leveling point, not beyond it and not below it. And the reason you want to do that is because it has a timer. Oh, by the way, as we're looking in there, you can also see the heating element, which is an Incaloy heating element, which is one of the best that you're going to find in the industry, which is what all the best water distillers will have. So all our distillers have that Incaloy water, stainless steel ones have that Incaloy heating element. Now as you set this back down, you're also going to notice this on it. And this is basically the connection that you're going to have in your distiller. You're going to set that in your distiller and it's going to connect to the portion that's in there at this point in time. And that's after you've filled it right back up. And we'll do that here in a second or two. On here also is basically where the steam, this is as the water boils through here, the steam rises and it goes through this portal up through the condensing coils and comes down through this portion of your distiller as distilled water. Okay, and let's open up the box where you have your retaining bottle, your retaining bottle. On here, as you take a look at the front of it, you see this stainless steel tray and you see the top. We'll open this on up. We have our bottle here, which is your top and your tray. This top you'll set aside through the purification process. So that's only used to transport really your water. The water will only be coming up to about this level, so that's used for splash over. This is your tray that you use. This is a stainless steel tray which your water will go through, and you'll actually use your post filter to place in this particular tray. Your post filter is granulated charcoal. Just basically set it right up into your tray, such as this. You come in here and at the very inside of it, you'll see that there's a couple of wings that stick out. They're prongs. They're like this, so they're waiting for you to insert this. So if you take a look at this, it's already in there. Once you know where the prongs are, you just set that in there and place the water into your distiller up to the sight gauge, which I had just shown you. Push this in firmly to make sure it's in. Close this on up. Get your 1 gallon bottle. Set it up here in the front. If you just push it all the way back, you'll be totally secure in what you have. Have your lid ready for to retain that, so you have no splash over if you're moving it over to a different location, or you can actually use the top of this. A lot of people, this is plastic. It's a high-grade food plastic, but I like to tell our people that it is a form of plastic, and you should be aware of that. You will put it on the top of that, the top of your gallon jar once the water comes up to this level, and then transport that to a different location or to another water holding container, such as a glass pitcher or another 1 gallon, I call it 1 gallon jar that you can use. Once you've got this set up in here, your water's in here, you have an on and off button that you'll see on this side. You have your cord. Cord's the last thing that you're going to basically unpack and do. You connect the cord to the back end of the distiller. Pushes right in. You plug that right in. Remembering, you do have this up here in front. It is off right now. You're going to turn the power on. You're going to come up to the front of this. You have your start cycle, and you just push your start cycle button and it'll start up, going through the process. Now remember, it's not instant. When you first put it on, the water has to warm up and start boiling, and then the steam will be going through the distiller. It'll then be fan cooled. There's a fan up here on the top. It'll condense and start coming out here on the side. So when you first put it on, sometimes people think that the water is going to be instantly manufactured. Well, no, you have to wait for a while for the water to heat up and steam to form, and then it'll start coming out here. And that could take, for your first batch, probably around 15-20 minutes, and then you'll start seeing the water coming out through here. And basically that's all you need to do in order to unpack it and get your machine going. And that's a pure water Mini Classic CT. It's excellent. It's probably the easiest one of all to set up. And what's really beautiful about it are the dimensions. That's about 13.75 inches across, about 9.75 inches deep, and about 15 plus inches high. So it sits perfectly and very well underneath your counter. And as you can see, it's a beautiful machine, and you can place this wherever it fits. And that's the Mini Classic CT. Thank you.